Thank you, Senator Kedder. Senator Whish-Wilson.
Thank you, Acting Deputy President. I instigated this Senate inquiry into forestry management investment schemes. I can't think of a bigger financial catastrophe that this country has seen than these schemes. $4 billion of lost investment on forestry management investment schemes, $4 billion lost, billions of dollars of tax avoided, hundreds of thousands of Australians who have lost their life savings. A industry that was supposed to be set up for self-reliance, who use these incentives to invest in trees, that was decimated. Those trees were sold at a few cents to the dollar to foreign interests. Looking back at it, this is Australia's GFC moment. This is when we had a complex, toxic product that blew up in the face of investors, that a few people made a lot of money out of, Acting Deputy President, whether financial planners, accountants, the actual promotions of these schemes, the forestry management investment scheme companies themselves, listed stock market companies. A few people made a lot of money, but lots of Australians not only lost their life savings, but they lost their homes as well. But almost no one has been brought to account on what I think is probably the largest financial scandal in this country's history. And I've seen the effects in my community in Tasmania of farmers, hundreds and thousands of hectares of farms that have got trees they can't touch, that are essentially valueless. And what have we done to learn the lessons of history? The Senate did a good job looking at this. Unfortunately, it didn't go far enough. The only way, Acting Deputy President, to prevent this same kind of catastrophe from occurring again is to remove the upfront tax deductions on these schemes, to remove the upfront tax deductions, which led to the rorts. And we need a Royal Commission to get to the bottom of this. There's so many institutions and people involved in this, let alone ComInsure and Commonwealth Bank and National Australia Bank, Macquarie Bank, all the scandals that we've heard about in this chamber that the Economics Committee have examined. This financial services industry in this country has a culture problem. The only way we're going to get to the bottom of that culture problem and make sure we have the right laws in place, as you know yourself, Acting Deputy President, is a Royal Commission, because it has the investigative powers and it has the resources to call the witnesses that this Economics Committee, unfortunately, was either unable or unwilling to call. That includes the accountants, the financial planners, the CEOs of companies, ex-ministers who sat on their hands when the bells were being rung that led to this catastrophe. If we don't learn the lessons of history, we are bound to repeat them. And it's absolutely essential that we back Senator Bishop from the Labor Party when 9 months ago he called for a Royal Commission into financial services. We need it now.
Thank you, Senator.